Something is hunting my family in the Appalachian wilderness. They say the forest has eyes, ancient, unblinking, always watching. For my family, that's not just a saying, it's a warning. Our land in the Appalachian Mountains has a dark history, and something out there, something twisted and relentless, has been stalking us for generations. If you enjoy chilling true horror stories, make sure to hit that like button, share with fellow horror fans, and subscribe to Tales from the Deadwood for more spine-tingling encounters. Turn on notifications so you never miss a scare. Now, let's step into the darkness. I grew up in a small town in the Appalachian Mountains. My family has owned a very large stretch of wooded land there for generations. Thick, ancient forest that our ancestors hunted and farmed for survival. To most, it's a beautiful, peaceful place. But I've always known that there's something wrong about those woods. It started when I was a kid. My uncle, a tough old mountain man, went missing on a hunting trip. He knew those woods better than anyone. But one morning, his hunting dog came back alone, blood on its fur, whimpering like it had seen a monster. My uncle's body was never found. My family tried to move on, but those woods felt different after that. Quieter, darker. Years passed, and we wrote it off as a tragic accident. Then, one autumn evening, my brother and I went camping on the family land. We were both in our 20s, seasoned outdoorsmen, used to the sounds of the forest, the rustling leaves, the distant calls of owls, the creak of old branches swaying in the wind. But that night felt different. It started with the sounds. As we sat around the fire, roasting hot dogs and trading stories, we heard something rustling in the brush just beyond the firelight. At first, we figured it was just a deer or a raccoon, but then the sounds got closer. Heavier, deliberate. Footsteps. My brother, a big guy with a thick beard and a deeper voice, called out into the darkness. "Whoever's out there, you're trespassing!" The woods fell silent. No crickets, no wind, nothing. Just the crackling of our fire and the pounding of my heartbeat. Then, we heard it. A slow, wheezing breath, like someone struggling to fill their lungs. It came from just beyond the tree line, too close for comfort. My brother picked his axe, and I grabbed my flashlight and shone it into the darkness. The beam cut through the fog, catching glimpses of gnarled branches and wet, rotting leaves, but nothing else. "Must be a bear," I whispered, though I didn't believe it. Bears don't wheeze like that. We stoked the fire, pushing more wood into the flames, but the feeling of being watched clung to us, thick and suffocating. Every shadow stretched toward us, and every snapped twig felt like a footstep closing in. Then, it started. Just beyond the fire's reach, something began circling us. Slow, purposeful, like it knew exactly how far it could go without being seen. And then, it got bolder. Or maybe just careless. It started running in circles. My brother and I sat frozen, fear choking our voices before they could escape. Our hands clenched around our hunting knives, white-knuckled, shaking. Adrenaline flooded my veins, muscles tensing, ready to fight or flight. Our eyes darted frantically between the trees, searching. Then, just as quickly as it started, the noises stopped. The forest exhaled, and the usual nighttime chorus returned. The crickets, the whisper of the wind, the distant hoot of an owl. We finally let loose. We forced out nervous laughter, trying to pretend it was nothing. But the tension clung to us, thick and suffocating. Neither of us slept that night. Too aware, too awake, waiting for whatever was out there to return. The next morning, as soon as the sun broke over the ridge, we packed up to head back to the house. The fire had died down, leaving just a smoldering pile of ash and blackened logs. But there, in the soft dirt around our fire pit, I saw them. Deep, wide prints. Too large to be human, and too narrow to be a bear. They circled our campsite, moving in and out of the trees like something had been stalking us, waiting for the fire to die down. When we got back to the house, my brother and I didn't say much. We just unpacked our gear, cracked open a couple of beers, and sat on the porch, staring at the tree line, each of us lost in our own thoughts. A few days later, my brother called me, his voice shaky. He'd been out back, chopping firewood, when he saw something moving between the trees on the puntin. He said it was tall, at least 7 feet, and pale, with long, spindly limbs and eyes that reflected the sunlight like a cat's. It had watched him for a moment, peeking from behind a tree, its head tilting curiously, before slipping back into the shadows. After that, strange things started happening around the house. Dead animals, their heads bitten clean off, bodies carefully, the sound of something moving through the brush at night, the faint, sickly smell of rot that seemed to cling to the air. Last week, my brother's dog went missing. I found the poor thing a few days later, its body torn apart and scattered among the trees, like a twisted warning. When my brother heard this, he was angry, broken, and scared, all at the same time. I don't know what's out there, stalking my family, watching from the shadows of those ancient woods, but I can feel it getting bolder, growing braver. I've started locking all my doors and windows at night, something I've never felt the need to do before. I keep my rifle by the bed and my hunting knife within arm's reach. But deep down, I know it's just a matter of time. The warnings won't last forever. There will be the night. I won't just feel it watching. I'll see it. And it will see me. And that's our story for this episode. We hope it gave you a few chills. If you enjoyed this journey into the unsettling, please take a moment to hit the like button. It really helps us out. And if you want to hear more eerie tales like this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.